With Iran's nuclear activities being put in scrutiny, a series of negotiations ended with several United Nations Security Council resolutions. In July of 2006, the UN Security Council Resolution 1696 asked Iran to suspend the enrichment of uranium. Subsequently, the UN Security Council adopted Resolution 1737 in December 2006, 1747 in March 2007, 1803 in March 2008, and 1835 in September of 2008, in which it banned the exports of nuclear and missile-related dual-use goods to Iran, froze the assets of entities involved in Iran's nuclear program, and called for the monitoring of all Iranian cargo planes and ships suspected of carrying sanctioned items. A new phase of economic sanctions, known as the crippling sanctions, was initiated by the adoption of the UN Security Council Resolution 1929 in June of 2010. The resolution, which was passed by a vote of 12 in favor, Brazil and Turkey against, and Lebanon abstention, ruled for a complete arms embargo on Iran, listed Iran shipping lines in the sanctioned entities list, and authorized the inspection of shipments to Iran. Following the UN Resolution 1929, the United States, joined by the European Union, orchestrated a new set of economic sanctions. On July 1, 2010, the US President signed into law the Comprehensive Iran Sanctions, Accountability and Divestment Act, CISADA. The CISADA decreased the threshold of prohibited investment in Iran from $40 million to $20 million and targeted Iran's refined petroleum resources. It banned providing Iran with refined petroleum resources or activities that could contribute to Iran's ability to import such refined petroleum resources, including shipping, insurance, or financing services. It also prohibited providing goods, services, technology, information, support, or assistance that would allow Iran to maintain, expand, construct, modernize, or repair its domestic production of refined petroleum resources. In a parallel effort, on July of 2010, the EU Council adopted a decision which banned investment in exploration, production, refinery of oil and gas and production of liquefied natural gas in Iran, the supply, sale or transfer of materials, equipment, goods and technology in the nuclear suppliers group or missile technology control regime lists, or any other instance as determined by the Security Council, the opening of new branches, subsidiaries or representative offices of Iranian banks and the establishment of new joint ventures, taking of an ownership interest or the establishment of new correspondent banking relationships by Iranian banks, the opening of representative offices, subsidiaries or bank accounts by EU financial institutions in Iran, and finally, the sale or purchase or brokering or assistance in the issuance of bonds issued to and from the government of Iran, the Central Bank of Iran, or Iranian banks. The introduction of these restrictive measures forced other countries such as Switzerland, Canada, Australia, South Korea and Japan to introduce similar measures in their countries as well. On October of 2011, the EU Council expanded Iran's sanctions by prohibiting the import, purchase, or transport of Iranian natural gas, as well as construction or participation in the construction of new oil tankers for Iran. Iran's Ministry of Oil, National Iranian Oil Company, or NIOC, and all its subsidiaries were listed on the EU sanction list. On November 2011, Iran was mentioned by the US President as an area of primary money laundering concern under the US Patriot Act, Section 311, with authorized adoption of special measures against the jurisdiction as a whole, an institution, a class of transactions. In the same month, a US President's executive order extended secondary sanctions to goods, services, technology, and any support for Iran's energy and petrochemical sectors.